Hey everyone, you wanna see some burst damage? Yes, so Adula's Moonblade has a little bit of a secret that kind of makes it ridiculous, and we can use that ridiculous secret in combination with a few other select things, including, God forbid, an incantation, to do ridiculous chunks of damage every time we press that Moonblade button. Sound good? So, Adula's Moonblade then, a frost sorcery that works similar to your normal blade sorceries, except it does, well, frost build-up and fires a wave of frost out the sword for a more ranged-reaching hit. Normally, you either can hit someone with the sword or with the wave of frost. You can't do both, otherwise that would be a double massive hit of damage that would near instantly, or in most cases, yes, instantly, build and trigger frostbite. Except you can. Yes, that's the secret here. So if you cast Adula's Moonblade with a glintstone staff in your right hand, you will just do one lot of damage, either the blade or the wave, and that's it. However, if you cast it with a glintstone staff in your left hand, you will double dip and hit the damage of both the blade and the wave, resulting in, insane burst pop damage with every press, because the blade plus wave on most targets is enough to build and trigger frostbite for an extra massive burst of damage a la bleed. And it should be noted that if you chain cast Adula's Moonblade even with a left-handed glintstone staff, only the first hit is the double. Which means to use this little mechanic effectively, you have to very deliberately cast once, finish, cast once, finish, cast once, finish, which isn't actually a problem because, let's be honest, how often are you left alone by the enemy long enough to just sit there chain casting anyway? The idea that we have a world where we can hit a left-handed Adulas, blow up the enemy, dodge roll a few attacks, hit another left-handed Adulas, and then finish them off with a second blowing up, well, that's going to be the likely scenario anyway in a boss fight. So this is really fantastic. So we give it the usual sprinkling of damage, right? We use our magic, wondrous physic, and the infinite FP because we can. We give it a smattering of sorcery boosting talismans, magic scorpion, the graven, you know the drill. Of course we throw on the frost witch hat for an extra 10% on cold sorceries. That's all well and good. But the real juice here is fire. Fire's deadly sin. This, of course, was subject of much controversy back when it powered the game-breaking bugs, but now it's just a very useful fire incantation for one main reason. Because it passively coats you in fire that passively does little bits of fire damage to everyone near you without you having to worry about it or maintain it, well, if you're consistently triggering and applying frostbite, Fire's Deadly Sin will instantly do fire damage to the target, which then will reset and remove their frostbite, so you can then immediately apply it again. So in a world where we're instantly building frostbite with Adula's Moonblade double hitting on our left hand, then being able to immediately reapply that frostbite with another double hit with the left hand, thanks to Fire's Deadly Sin, results in, well, fantasticness, as you've been seeing. And this is a really neat combination that you can use to just, well, plow your way through every enemy that stands before you. This little 1-2 combo of blade, wave, frost pop, boom on every single enemy every single time you press that left-handed cast button is just so much fun and so deeply effective. Today is not a build, it's not about you should go and do this specific setup and make this happen. It's quite simply the impartation of knowledge, which sounds way more impressive than it is. Basically, I'm just telling you that if you use Adula's Moonblade in the left hand, the first cast of every set of casts will double damage. And not only will it double damage, it will, in most cases, instantly proc frostbite for a triple shot of damage, resulting in, honestly, probably in terms of time to damage ratio, one of the highest, most reliable bits of repeated burst damage that you can just do in all of Elden Ring. And I think that is absolutely mighty neat. Of course, in PvP it works just the same, because people have much less health than your average boss. If you actually catch someone with a left-handed cast of Adulas, well, they're just going to die. Not only are they going to take a ridiculous amount of damage from the double hit, they're then going to frost pop more than likely and, well, completely get disintegrated, which is incredibly satisfying to do, and it's exactly as effective as, well, how well you can land Adula's Moonblade, which a lot of the time isn't the easiest thing in the world, but I guess it's exactly as hard as landing any given melee-based hit, so it's very much down to your skill. Which I guess is why I struggle so much to hit it against other players. I know! So yeah, there's not much more to this one. It quite simply is, this is very effective, and I could totally understand if at no point you ever realized there was even a difference between left-handed and right-handed casting, and because, honestly, why would there be? It might well be a bug that left-handed Adulas even works like this, especially as it only happens on the very first cast. But in any case, it makes it the most effective frost build-up in the game, and that's what I was looking for. I really wanted to do a chain frost detonation build using Fire's Deadly Sin, but nothing I was really testing applied frost fast enough, except Adula's Moonblade, and that really worked out well. If you want to know where you can get the two key pieces of this, well, Adula's Moonblade drops from the Dragon Adula, shockingly, up on the risen bit at the south of the area of the lakes, just in front of the church ruins that are there. If you want to know how to actually get here, well, that requires the entire Ranni questline almost to completion, and that's quite the endeavor, but I will leave a link to our step-by-step guide on it down below. When it comes to Fire's Deadly Sin, well, then you need a painting over at the top of Windmill Village. The reward will be located here, but if you want to know how to do the painting puzzle, and indeed every other single painting puzzle, yep, you guessed it, I will leave our guide on that down below linked as well, for you to peruse as your leisure. I also would heartily recommend a Bloodhound step in the left hand while zipping around the place to hit with Adula's Moonblade, as it makes it very, very much easy to actually find the openings to really make it happen. Oh, and if you want the Frost Witch's hat, it's in a chest at the top of Renna's Rise once you have finished the Ranni storyline as a little bonus extra reward. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, that is about it, but certainly a fun combination of flame and frost and sorcery and incantation that makes for a lot of fun and a lot of damage. Like if you enjoyed this, subscribe and hit the bell for more sorcery tips, tricks, builds, funny bits, guides, all of that good stuff. Consider supporting the future of this channel on Patreon down below. It is what keeps us going, and it does mean the absolute world. And until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.